point of Connecting for Life is about connecting people, and it's at every facet of society, so from our public, private, community, voluntary, and it's about engaging people, not just within the mental health profession, but individuals on the ground. It's about lived experience, it's about local knowledge, and that's why it's so important while we implement our national Connecting for Life strategy that each individual area has their own strategy that fits here in the Midwest. You've done something slightly different in that you've joined up the region and you've worked together, which again, it's about working together. It's about what fits the needs of the people locally. And I think the process is probably as important as the implementation as well, because it's based on facts and it's based on evidence. Delighted to be here. I think it's very clear that from our presentations and fantastic video that the word today is hope, and I think we are all here because we are hopeful. We are all here because we want to connect with each other, but because we all have that same vision, that same plan, and that is to reduce the number of suicides in Ireland, in this region, and to reduce the number of people who are presenting with self-harm.
I think every now and again in the health service we come across a subject matter or a topic that's very challenging.
To lose somebody through suicide, it's unreal, and it's something you never really get answers for.
It's a huge area which we all own and we all need to own.
Everyone is affected because they're all asking themselves the question, could I have done more? Should I have done more?
I don't think there's any family or any person that hasn't been touched by suicide.
Every death by suicide is a tragedy.
It's very, very hard to understand, and for all of us to even imagine the thought of ending our lives. And yet at the same time, there's another part of us that sometimes are able to say, do you know something, I can understand why somebody at times can feel, because I can feel like that. I can feel really low, really down, really fed up.
We'll say talk about my brother for a minute, God rest his soul. He just went away for a walk one evening and he didn't come back, and we found him the following day at 2 o'clock. So that was really devastating.
This person is telling you they are broken, that there's a fissure in their heart because of the pain that they're carrying, and they don't know how to put the pieces back. They don't know how to reconfigure their life, to make the connection with themselves, so that they can reconfigure their lives to be in the world without a loved one that they have lost.
And there is a real sense of concern and apprehension out there amongst the public and amongst, ordinary people living their lives in relation to suicide. So there's no other way to do this work but to take a genuine and honest approach to it, and to take a listening approach so that people can come and say what they think in a safe environment.
When Connecting for Life as a national strategy was launched, we set about a process of listening, of hearing from different people. And it was out of that we decided to take an approach to having one Midwest plan.
In the past, it's always come from national strategy and kind of thrown down, to end. Whereas I think this is a better, where in the sense that it's a national strategy, but now they have said, okay, take it down to your own areas and make it work.
And what strikes me most about the strategy, and what I'm really enthusiastic about from day one, was the fact that it's called Connecting for Life. And I don't know who inspired that title, but that title is actually hitting the nail on the head, because all of the work I've ever done on suicide prevention has been around making connection with young people.
In December of 2015, our services facilitated the bringing together of 55 people from 41 different representative interests across the Midwest to form a steering group.
I was contacted by the HSC, and they gave us kind of an outline of what the strategy entailed, and to be honest with you, we grabbed it straight away. We thought it was an absolutely fantastic idea.
This is what the proposal for the Midwest area is going to be, and this is our coordinated, unified response to a very real subject that we are all, I suppose, we all were individually working on, and to some extent I suppose we were linking in with organisations, but not in such a cohesive way. It was a no-brainer for us,
I was at steering group meetings, and from minute one, the enthusiasm of a variety of agencies, from UL to the frontline services like the Samaritans to HSE, the enthusiasm was palpable from the start.
Well, listening is the basis of all our approach. And it's not just listening to facts, it's listening to the feelings, listening to the emotions.
Listening is the beginning of any kind of journey or any process for change has to be listening.
How could you pretend to know what is needed or what's required if you don't actually listen to people? And you must hear what it is they're saying.
The benefit of the process allowed a lot of organisations and agencies and stakeholders to contribute to a real action plan that they believed was necessary, that they believed they could deliver on, rather than just telling others what they might do.
I suppose in terms of the focus groups, the main thing is that we couldn't have done it without the partners. We needed to identify 30 facilitators. They needed to be trained up very quickly. They delivered 59 focus groups as a result. And the difference with the focus groups is that it brought the issue alive.
I think one of the most impressive things about Connecting for Life here was the consultative process.
It wasn't a case of expecting someone else to come in and to, take the reins. Everyone had their piece of the jigsaw to put together.
We're always trying to make links and always trying to be involved in, I suppose, work that is pivotal or integral to an overall bigger plan.
We would, I suppose, pride ourselves on building relationships with the groups we work in and maintaining those relationships. It's not in for a 6-week block and then that's our work done.
We were far more than just keen to be involved in it and to actually be able to work with other organisations, to partner with other organisations and to see what we could do to help those in the Midwest that are in greatest need.
I'm a civilian. We're all civilians. And unless we own a problem together, it won't be effectively dealt with.
To have so many people, like organisations, like say voluntary, non-voluntary, to come forward and try and put something in place for this and have a target goal and want to do something about this, not just so they can save face and not just so they can look good for the media's point of view, but so they actually want to do better. I think it's absolutely great.
And I think it's when the public, when they see people willing to work together, it opens up the possibilities. God, maybe things can be different.
It became everybody's business. That gives the greatest possible chance of real ownership of that plan.
It is a problem that society owns, and when society owns a problem, the likelihood of it dealing with it more effectively is dramatically increased.
And over 1,500 people living in the Midwest completed the public survey, both online and on paper. We had over 200 people who completed the public survey who didn't live in the Midwest, so their piece has been separated out and we've sent that to the national office.
120 actions between 2017 and 2020. It's a tall order. It's not something that's just going to be easily delivered. This, it's a huge problem. So it needs a sustained level of energy and action.
Now that the actions have been developed, is making sure that they get implemented. We really don't want this document to be exactly that. We don't want it to be just a document.
It's actually quite exciting, I think, for organisations to have this in front of them. So we're very proud of what we've done, but really excited at what we can actually do and to see how it actually develops over the next wee while.
So it's been a wonderful experience in terms of the working of it and the work that has gone into it and the collaborative piece that has gone into it. But yes, I am very proud of it, and I'm very proud of all of the people that participated in it. And on a rough count, we think that over 150 people have actually worked on the development of the plan in some shape or form. And anytime you have that collaboration, certainly it does make you proud.
I really am hopeful that it will do good, and I think at the very least if we can save one person's life, but I'd be hopeful that it's going to make a real difference.
We now know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel and that there is hope for people. We just need to be sure that we know where to find it.
That because of the way this plan was developed, we all own it. We're all responsible for it. And we are all the custodians.
There's been a multitude of prayers on my behalf, and I pray, Lord, one more's not too much to ask. I tried to fight this battle by myself. Well, sure, of course, yeah. If you go into something without hope, you know, I mean, you might as well not go in there at all. Of course, there is hope, you know, and with the commitment that everybody that's involved in it, and you know, we've got to have hope. If we don't have hope, we'll not. I can fall much further. Once upon a time, you turned the water into wine.
If you're worried about yourself or someone you know, it is important to get help as soon as you can. Please do not be alone. Everyone needs help from time to time, and in fact, asking for help is a sign of personal strength. You always have the option of talking to your GP, or if it's in the evening or night time, you can access Shannon Doc if you live in the Midwest. You also have the option of going to the emergency department or contact emergency services on 999 or 112. And there's always a listening ear through the Samaritans on 116 123, which is 24-hour service.